Hi, it's Alex with Trajectory Arms. We're going to be doing a short series of videos on rail installation from various manufacturers using the instructions from those manufacturers as well as techniques that we've picked up by installing those every day. Today we're going to be working on a Zev Wedge Lock Rail. This installation process is pretty much the same whether it's a Sons of Liberty or a Triarc or a Hodge or an FN. The wedge lock is pretty much the same across all of those, even though the rails may differ. The first thing we're going to do on this is we're going to get our barrel installed. This is a heat fit receiver. You'll want to apply some heat to this to get the barrel inside of the receiver nose. The next thing we're going to do is apply grease to the threads and shoulder of the barrel. You can also do that inside of the barrel nut as well. We'll hand tighten the barrel nut. If you have any excess grease that's coming out of the back, you can use one of these swabs or a rag to collect that. We're now going to use our barrel nut wrench and torque wrench to torque this down. First thing we're going to do is season the threads, and then we'll bring it to a final torque of 65 foot-pounds. At this point, you would go ahead and install your gas system. We're going to go ahead and skip that because we already have a video on that, and just jump right to the rail installation. We're going to make sure that the wedge system is assembled properly. This will drop into the groove and the head of the bolt goes right into here. We'll then take that wedge system and drop it into the bottom of the rail, and the indexing pin will drop into this hole. Just like that. We can now install the index pin into the upper receiver if your receiver is compatible with that. If not, typically these won't move, and we do offer a service where we can drill that hole for you as well. We'll slide the rail on. Now that this is started, we can take a soft hammer and a secondary hammer and tap that in the rest of the way. All right, now we'll go ahead and flip the receiver over so that we can work on the wedge system from the bottom. The next thing we're going to do is install the set screws into these holes. These are what keep the rail from moving side to side or forward. They essentially lock them down to the barrel nut. Anytime I'm using Loctite, I like to degrease my hardware. I'm then going to put the set screw onto the Allen key, and we'll use the Loctite 222 MS. These tend to be on a bit of a weird angle compared to what you might think. Intuitively, we tend to want to install them this direction, but they're actually angled this way just a little bit more. So make sure you get these started correctly and don't cross thread it. Just go down until the screw seats, and then go ahead and do the other one. Again, just go to where it barely starts to seat on the barrel nut, and then you'll flip over to the short end and take a mental note of where the Allen key is. We now need to make this go to 90 degrees from wherever it is. So that's going to be about right here. And that's it. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Just making a mental note of where this is currently, and we'll go to 90 degrees, which is right there. Now that the set screws are in and our rail is aligned with the index pin, we can go ahead and clamp down the wedge hardware with either the provided T20 Torx wrench, or if you have a longer handled one that you can use, this works as well. I've actually removed some material off of this so that I can get a good angle into that screw. It's important to note that this wedge hardware has an internal stop, so it's impossible to tighten it too far. When it's done, it should be pretty nearly even, or the internal one should be recessed slightly. And that pretty much does it for the wedge lock rail installation. Thanks for watching. I know you've all heard it before, but please like and subscribe to the channel. It really goes a long way to help us grow the channel and reach more people who need to hear this type of information. Also, make sure to put a comment down below letting us know what kind of content you want to see, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.